String of Pearls. This is episode 5. We're a knitting podcast.
Although we get into a little other content every now and then.
We are mostly a knitting podcast.
Yes, yeah.
And we're coming to you from a small town in Okanagan, British Columbia, Canada. My name is Linda.
And my name is Myoka.
This is my daughter.
And this is my mom.
You can find me, Linda, on Linda Purls on Instagram. I'm on Ravelry, but I'm still learning how to work around that. And I'll be better at it soon.
Trying to get mom to...
be more...
Yeah. You're from the generation of paper and magazines and pen to paper notes and patterns.
Yes,
and so
I like to touch, feel.
Stay tuned for hopefully future pattern and project pages on Mom's Ravelry.
Yes. And you?
You can find me on Instagram. My name on Instagram is Myoka Kale, and I'm on Ravelry as My String of Pearls. And of course, I'll have all of those links at the bottom for you there.
Mm-hmm. So first of all,
I want to say thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for returning viewers. Thank you to all of our new viewers and new subscribers. Hello, welcome. It has been so much fun to read all of the comments and the likes. And it's crazy how we went from like 200 subscribers to close to 600 in I want to say like a week and a half, 2 weeks. It was hilarious because I kept texting Mom and saying like, look, we're at 3 something, we're at 4 something. And even just in the day and with all the subscribers and likes and stuff, we get comments. And we have people viewing all the way to England. Ooh. We have people in Manitoba, on the island in Victoria. It's super cool. What was the one? I think it was Texas or Tennessee or something like that too. I was talking to a lady. So thank you so much.
Yes, it's so nice to see you and hear from you, and
keeps us going.
Yes, it's so excited to do this podcast today.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And I think it's really cool. I think we're back on here sooner than previous because it just keeps you more excited to make more content.
Yes, and
knit more. And just going about our day, for me anyway, it's like, oh, I should take a video or I should take a picture of that or film myself knitting, and I'd love to share this. And someone somewhere doesn't get to see all the snow that we have, and you'll have seen that in the previous video. So it's really cool.
It is fun.
Thank you, because
it's encouraging.
Yeah,
I'm supportive.
When I first started knitting watching knitting podcasts, I felt really connected to the online community of knitters, and I'm really happy to be on this side of the viewer,
the camera
experience, as well as the other side as well. So thank you.
Yes. Okay. We both recently spent with our mates a weekend, husbands, a weekend away, each at different times, to hot springs, not too far from us, a couple hours away over the mountain, and just had a really good soak and just relaxed, enjoyed, and Myoka and Matt went to a different one, which is a little bit further away.
We went to Halcyon Hot Springs, which is about 2.5 hours door to door. Our favorite destination because you get to stay in a little cabin and they give you a house coat and you walk right down to the hot springs, which it's all natural water from the mountain coming through.
It's kind of like a great big, well, not a huge swimming pool, but a good sized swimming pool, and the hot water comes from the mountain.
They actually have to cool the water down to put it into the pools. Yeah, there are hot springs in BC that are actually like you go into a cave and you do all that. These ones aren't
natural ones,
but these are closer to us.
Yes, and we went to Nakusp Hot Springs, and that's way up the mountain, and really beautiful, where the steam comes up over the road where the water comes in.
Through. Yeah.
And it's just gorgeous.
Yeah.
And my husband and I went up the first day and we had a really good soak and came down, met with some friends, had dinner. And then the next day we went up to do a snowshoe up this mountain, which we've never taken this trail, but we saw someone else had the trail open. So we took our snowshoes, started up that mountain. Up the mountain.
Which you don't really think you're working out hard when you're snowshoeing because you're just walking. And the snowshoes nowadays are fantastic.
And we were following a trail. got halfway up and, well, I don't know if it was halfway, but there's another couple that we were following them and they stopped and they said, do you know where we're going? I go, no. They turned around, went back. We went up further and said, this is enough. So I stopped. I made a snow angel. We'll put that picture in here. It was really fun, just like in the snow. It was great, and it was just so wonderful to be up there.
It's a really nice day the day that you guys went to. Wasn't it really sunny?
It was somewhat sunny, but it was snowy too. Yeah, and the skiers that go up the mountains, the helicopters take them up and they go way up the mountains. Heli skiing is very popular in that area.
There was actually a guy all the way from New York that we were visiting with in the pools when we were there. He came from New York to go heli skiing.
It's very popular.
A sought-after destination for sure.
Mm-hmm,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was really, really nice.
And we've done like day trips before. We've just gone and soaked and sipped and come back home, which is doable. But it's definitely nicer just to be able to go and soak a couple times, and we always try and go right before we go to bed. It's really quiet. There's like us and maybe 2 other couples, and you sleep so good.
Yes, and Nikas is a little town, and it's got really quaint little stores in it, and it's very friendly, and it's really nice. Yeah. Nice getaway in the winter if you can't go somewhere really warm.
Yeah, we've done it in the summer before, but they have a big, actually a cool pool at Halcyon, and you spend more time in there than the hot springs, so it's really not. Yeah. It's still good natural water,
and it's right on Arrow Lakes, so you get to see the lake. It's beautiful.
I think I might have a couple pictures I can put up of the lake when we went.
Do you?
We'll see.
Oh, that would be nice to share.
Yeah. If not of this trip, maybe the one last year, because I don't have some from that one.
It's something that we like to do a few times a year.
We've done it since I was little. I remember going, because it's a really windy road, with you guys, and I think it must have been summer because we were in a camper, and I remember getting car sick.
Oh.
And you were like, are you okay if I go down the pool and let you keep into the bowl for a bit? Yeah, that's okay, Mom.
But I remember being pregnant and going up to the hot springs, and the second child, and my big belly sticking out there was in the sunshine. Actually, it was really fun with the girls.
Because you can't stay in the pool too long when you're pregnant and get hot.
You have to be very careful.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what are you wearing, Mom?
Oh, just a minute. I'll show you what I'm wearing.
She was wearing this.
I was wearing this earlier, and Myoka will pop in a picture in it.
It's not right now, but it was snowing really heavily when Mom walked over.
Yes. Yeah. It's called an alpaca lana Doro knit stalker hat.
I'll put that up here.
But I like it, and I've had it for a couple of winters now. It has a brim on it, so when it is snowing, you can it'll keep the snow from going on your eyes, and it's nice and warm, and when my hair is wet or need to be extra warm, you can just pull it down. It's kind of a slouchy one if you want it to be, but it's a really neat hat, and it's got an elastic in the band. Yes.
How long ago did you make that?
Oh, I can't even remember. I didn't even write it down. See, I should put that on the Ravelry page.
See? What is in your brim?
It is it's a stabilizer from... a sewing stabilizer, a couple of layers pressed together, and you put that in before you knit it. It's kind of wonky sometimes.
I've crocheted a toque before with a brim, and it was just floppy, and that was a long time ago. So.
And I used Barocco vintage yarn, so that has some acrylic in it, and wool and nylon. So it's a good wearable, usable, washable yarn, and it's quite full. So even if you had a big bun in there. And
how long ago did you make it? You still haven't woven in your ends?
Don't tell anybody. I could snip that off, but whenever I put it on,
do you want a needle? Here.
No. Well, you never know. Oh, I think I had an idea that if that elastic wasn't the right width, that I could take it apart and undo it. or I don't know. I had a plan.
Maybe a thread it for you too. Here.
Don't tell.
Well, I have quite a bit to say about what I'm wearing. So you go ahead, weave your ends in, and I'll finish. You're trying to show a finished project, and it's not even finished yet.
No, it hasn't been for years. Maybe it never will be.
Okay.
What you wearing, Myoka?
I am wearing. I'm gonna cry. I am wearing my weekender. Yay! I finished it. I'll stand up really quick here and show it off.
Beautiful sweater.
Yes. So
it's so soft.
I feel like I'm late to the game on the weekender. Well, for some
It's
anyway.
still winter.
I cast it on, if I want to be honest. I cast it on when everyone else cast on, and it has just taken me a really long time to finish it. So this is The Weekender by Andrea Mowry. Of course, if you're not familiar with it, it is knit inside out, and then you turn it right side out. So this part of it is actually a garter stitch bump, and you have this really nice faux seam down the front and the back.
Mm-hmm.
You see the back, right?
Yeah. And it's got this really unique shoulder
this kind of ribbed shoulder and everything here.
And that looks like it gives a little more stretch and more stability, I think, with that.
Maybe a little bit.
But you had a little bit of a struggle with it.
Puffer got excited about the Weekender too. Hey, buddy. Yeah. I have a love-hate relationship with this sweater. And I didn't talk about it last time. I love that it's done and that I can wear it. I probably could have sized down. It's supposed to have quite a bit of positive ease, but the idea behind this sweater is that I can wear it over a long sleeve shirt or a t-shirt when we go camping, because we go camping quite a bit. I used, I want to say it was Broco Vintage, so it was really affordable to wear. No, not that one. It was really affordable to wear or to purchase and to knit or whatever. And it has a little bit more acrylic in it, so it's a little bit more wearable and washable. But let me get into a little bit about how this sweater made me feel while I was knitting it. Super easy, like it wasn't a problem that way. It was just my due diligence of I followed the pattern, but I didn't follow my body as much. No, it was just me. So I followed and I'm really pretty good about gauge. Like I did my gauge swatch and I did all that. But I'm good about, like, if I follow the pattern and it's kind of knitting up to the right size, I just keep going and I just trust that the pattern is right and I don't
measure.
Yeah, and I haven't knit a lot of garments that I wear. And so yeah, I finished it. And if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen Sweater Surgery. I finished the neckline. So you knit tops, or knit front, back, split for sleeves, blah, blah, blah. And you get this really cool ribbed neckline. And for the neck opening, you do a Kitchener bind off, actually. So you put your knit stitches on one needle and your purl stitches on another, and you Kitchener them together. So it gives you a fair, like, you feel that's kind of a little bit firmer across there.
Oh, yes, it's got more strength. Yeah.
Yeah. Which I like now.
And then the bind off that you did there?
That's the bind off.
Okay.
So you knit, purl. So your knit stitches are on a needle in the front. Yes. Your purl stitches are on a needle in the back.
Yes.
So it's the same place. And you Kitchener them together. So you get this really nice.
Oh, I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, it was interesting.
That's really neat.
And then on the side here, as you pick up your shoulders and you seam your shoulders down, this is a 3 needle bind off. I am really good about weaving my ends in, unlike some other people over here. Right after I'm done, like before the project's even finished.
But Linda wants to get going and take care of that later.
Don't worry, this bit me in the ass. So yeah, I finished it. I wove in the ends. I got my needle felter out. I did my thing. And then I thought, I should try it on and just see where it is, because I hadn't even done my sleeves yet. And the sleeves are picked up kind of. Look at how good that seaming is right there.
Can't even see. Oh my goodness.
So the sleeves are a little bit longer when you pick up and join them. So yeah, I go to put it on and I'm not even kidding. It went to here. And I was like, no, this is going to work because my neck is skinnier than my head.
And then you put it down.
And it's so tight. There was no give. Oh my goodness. I was so upset. This was probably in December. And I put it away.
Past year, December?
Yeah, past December. I put it in the bag and I put it away and I was just livid. I was so upset with myself. I went on Ravelry. I looked at the Ravelry project pages. A couple people had mentioned it, but it wasn't really a thing. So I'm like, what did I do wrong? And I know I'm a little bit tighter on my bind off. Anyway, it only sat there for about a day and then I pulled it out and I thought, I need to fix this now, or it will be 3 years from now and it will still be sitting in that.
I remember her saying, Mom, I don't know what I did.
I was
like, I do sweater surgery. I said, help.
Because I had already woven my ends in and felted them. Like, it was finished. Like, it looked like this. I had to cut my knitting. I wasn't steeking either. No. I had to cut my knitting and pull back and re-knit and pick up. And then there was... It was awful.
Not
I was
the way
so
you wanna
upset. I spent a whole day on it, and I finished it, and I did that, and then I picked up for the sleeves, and I just put the sleeves, they were on waste yarn, and I left it. And probably about a week ago, I thought, I'm going to finish this because I just got off Sleeve Island with another project. I'll show you. And I thought, I'm on a sleeve groove. I'm just going to finish this. And I did. I finished it one sleeve last night and the final few inches of the sleeve this morning. And you know what? This ribbing on the cuff calls for the exact same bind off here.
Okay.
I didn't do it.
Oh.
I did one and it was tight. And I thought, nope. So I took it apart and I just did a simple knit one, purl one, slip the knit one over the purl one, knit your next one, slip the purl one over the knit one, like just a standard bind off because I wasn't doing that again.
Yeah, that's pretty tough. But this is really sturdy though. It's
nice. Like I don't know, it doesn't have a ton of stretch. Like it's not like you can pull it down too much, but it's nice. I'm really happy with the size of the neckline. You can't see your bra straps hanging out too much.
And it fits over your head.
Fits over my head. It is so soft. I'm really happy with it. I've only steam blocked it today, just as Mom was coming over. I was steam blocking it. But it is done.
You get to wear it.
I get to wear it. I'm excited for. Oh, I wish it was spring. I'm excited for spring morning.
Yeah. It'll be coming soon. Soon.
So yeah, this is my
finished
object. Yay! And
so nice to have that done.
Because it's so boxy, I'm ready for a fitted, not a fitted, but like a tighter to me sweater. Just because even Matt's like, looks like really big on you, and it's supposed to be, but it's comfortable.
What do they call it? A boyfriend sweater? It's supposed to be bigger and
I'm warm though. If I'm getting pink, that's why. Not just the tea. So yes, applaud and please pay attention to your necklines
and fellow people that have knit
I
garments before you. The Ravelry pages are so good.
I haven't put my notes in my Ravelry yet, or my finished pictures or anything like that, because I just finished it this morning, but that will be there for you, so you cannot make the same mistake that I do.
I have a finished object.
Woo!
Last week I showed you, it's not very big, but I showed you some slippers that I was knitting, and I have them finished. Here they are. There you go. A pair of knitted slippers using some acrylic and some wool and just leftover pieces. And they don't fit me.
Darn.
Talk about problems. But I finished them up and they're ready to go, and I will find someone who would really appreciate them or even have them as guest slippers, which is nice to have around this area because...
The only guest that comes to your house with that small feet is me and your grandchildren.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
And next pair I make is going to be a larger needle. There we go.
Yeah. Good job.
So that's one done.
Good job. Yay. I have yet again another finished object that I've knit and finished and given away in the time that we have podcast. So I kept thinking that I needed to sit down and just film like a quick little snippet while I had it. And then the day went and gone, and it was a baby hat. I'll put a picture up for you. So this is the Urban Baby Hat by Espastrico. It is a free pattern on Ravelry, and it has been in my queue for a very long time. So I just went into my stash and I found this really nice, I want to say it was Wool Addict. I have to look and see. The color I feel is like not even really showing up very good right now.
It's greener than what it shows.
Maybe towards you. It's a really nice light yarn, perfect for a little baby. The lady that had, or our friend that had the baby, he was 9 pounds 12 ounces. So I made a little bit bigger, and I really, I'm not following my patterns very good lately because I did the 1x1 rib, and then when you get your brim done, and you switch from a smaller to a larger needle, right? So I switched to my larger needle, and then I'm just used to starting and stocking it. So I started and stocking it, and I started this hat on a Monday or a Tuesday evening, like after work, and I finished it on the Wednesday after work. So it was really it was like a day and a half of knitting, not even like sitting down knitting. It was really fast.
Yes.
But yeah, so I got up and I said, okay, I've I've knit like 2 inches of stocking, but I checked the pattern to see how far I go up because it was already starting to look done because it's a baby hat. It's 1 by 1 rib the whole pattern. Oh. And it's not just a brim. You do like a double brim, and then you fold it up if you want like it to be like a fitted hat, or you pull it down if you want a slouchy hat. So I compromised and just
made up your
I followed the pattern basically, and rather than rib and stocking and then it was like, I think you're supposed to knit 3, purl 1, and knit 3 together. I can't remember what it was. It was really easy, and it made this cute little slouchy thing at the top. You'll see it in the photo. I called for a pom-pom, which I thought, a little boy in a blue hat doesn't really need a pom-pom. He's little as it is. Yeah. And so, I did that, and it was fun. And I always think, as I do the one and how quick it is, that I should just make another one and put it in a chest or something for the next baby that comes along, and I just don't. But I think it's fun because in my mind, I'm thinking of the mommy and the baby that get to wear the hat.
You get to put love into the garment, which is so
I
special.
Get to do all that.
Yeah.
So,
that's great.
Urban baby hat. Revision, I guess you could call it.
And I have another FO.
Yeah.
I made a pair of fingerless mittens for a friend. She went and found some beautiful yarn and brought it to me and said, could you make me some? And so I did. And there's 2 different colors. It's my own pattern. We'll insert a picture here. And you'll see that there is some pottery buttons that was an option for putting those on to give it a little more pizzazz. And she chose not to have them on, but very nice mittens. So, and they're nice and long, and she just wears and wears and wears them a lot. So,
you don't have them to show either?
No, they're not to show. I just have a picture. Well, when you have something that you finished, you want it to be in use. So away it goes to its next destination, or its destination.
We generally podcast a few weeks apart. And you want to be able to have a couple things to show when you're podcasting, not just 1 or 2 items. So I thought about, do we have time for a podcast? And they finished the hat. I'm like, nope, because I haven't done anything else other than the hat, because that's all I did. So I hope you're okay with just the photos inserted when we have those things popping up. But
Yes. Yeah. So we have kind of a new segment that we want to share with you.
I think we've decided on
out of the drawer. So this segment is about garments that we made previous and that are in use and that we really enjoy. So I'm going to start out with the one that I have.
Yeah.
I have a skirt that I made 2016, and of course I only wear it in the wintertime because it's wool, and it is called Skirt in the Round.
So nice.
It's beautiful. It is so comfortable, and it is a pattern by Sylvia Olsen. She's on Ravelry, and she has some beautiful Salish Coast inspired garments. Now, Sylvia Olsen is on Vancouver Island. That's where she lives in British Columbia. And she writes some books. And, sorry, bumping the table. Okay. She writes books. She writes children's books. She writes a sort of a history book about the Salish stories, Salish native peoples. And it's so interesting. Now, this is where I got my pattern because I'm a library person. This is one of her books. This is not a paid by any means about to promote Sylvia, but I just think she's just a wonderful woman. She is a little bit older, like my age. Say that nicely. She has some really awesome stories in her book. She has another history book. She is in the process of writing another book, Travels Across Canada. She's done knitting tours.
You met her?
No, I should have. I feel like I have. Yeah. But there is some beautiful, beautiful things in this book. Like she has her daughter and her son are go along with this and helping her out. And there is, it's called Salish knitting, and it's a certain technique. It's a color knitting technique that's a Coast Salish style woven floats in the back. So I don't know how well I did here, but I'm going to show you the inside. And it's really...
Haha,
see, there you go, Myoka.
I knew it.
The back looks like the front.
I knew it. You went home and looked at it, didn't you?
I did. I did.
You know, the grocery girls were talking about that the other day.
And look at that. I've got all my ends woven in. So take a moment, go online. She has a website as well.
So that skirt is from this book, or it's from
It's from this book, but you can also get the patterns on Ravelry
I'll
too.
put the link up there then.
And it's just so comfortable. I wear it with my boots. Sometimes if it's really cold, put tights on. If it's not too cold, just the boots work. Also, I used Cascade 220, which is a very economical yarn to use. It's Peruvian Highland wool, 100%. And it's just, I really like that yarn. It works really good for me and what I use it for. There you go.
And this is in the color number 9560.
And I don't know if the other one is the same. I can't even remember how many balls.
Nope.
2443.
Well, probably because there's white and brown.
Well, it's not really white. It's kind of a heathery brown, light brown.
Are you done? Sorry.
I am done. But go on Ravelry. There's other people who've knit this skirt too, and you see what they've done with it. Some a little bit longer, just different styles and ways to put your colors in there.
We have some really nice photos of you wearing it.
Yes.
During one of our previous snowstorms.
Yes.
Are you okay if I share this?
Sure, I guess.
This just fell out of the book, and I'm assuming Mom was using it as a bookmark. But one thing that Mom and Dad have done for a long time, and Matt and my husband and I have picked it up, is when you are away, send yourself a postcard.
Yes.
So I'm not
See how long it takes.
I'm not going to show their address, obviously, but there's a little postcard that they sent themselves. Amigos, hola. Worn in your hair, sun on your skin, great friends and fun times. Hope you can make it again next year. I just thought that was the cutest thing to fall out of her book, because that is something that, Mom and Dad have done for a long time. And Matt and I have done. So we have one from Maui, Hawaii, when we got engaged. We have one from just Kimberly. I don't know if we sent one from Mexico or not, but we have a few different postcards that we've sent ourselves.
Yeah. It's just a fun little reminder. It's like, what were you feeling when you were there?
Yeah.
And what would you tell yourself?
And it's funny how long some of them take to get to you after you get home. You forget about it.
Over a month,
and all of a sudden
6
you get
weeks.
this mail and you go, what's
It was a long time.
I have to apologize. I think we're bumping the table.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's just our setup.
So sorry about the wigglies.
Yes, the wigglies.
Okay, so
out of the closet, out of our drawers.
You have something come out of your drawer,
Mom had this idea for this new segment. I thought it was really cool. I don't have a ton of stuff out of my drawers that I haven't shown already, but I do believe that my Galliano socks by Tracy Millar of the Grocery Girls haven't been shown before. If I'm repeating myself, I apologize. I know I showed the Coffee Talk socks on my first episode, but these are the Galliano socks.
Aren't they beautiful?
Yes.
The colors in there, the pop of color. Oh my goodness.
This yarn is actually, I sound like a step record. Sweet Skein of mine, Amanda from New Brunswick.
Yes.
She sent this to me in my first fiber share box. And this was one of my first or second pairs of socks with a pattern that I've knit myself. And I wear them and love them. They actually have dog hair on them right now that I'm looking at it. But this colorway is called Happy Hippie, and she still has it in her.
That's something nice to consider.
I have leftovers.
Oh,
because I have small feet. So if you want some, I have.
We'll see.
We'll have to go stash driving.
Out of my drawer, I actually put socks on today. I'm going to take them off.
They're definitely going to have dog hair on them then.
Okay.
Do you want to walk them on a sock?
Sure, let's put them on there. These are Coffee Talk socks by Jody Millar.
Tracy.
Sorry, Jody and Tracy are sisters. I get them confused. Sorry about that, girls. Anyways, these are my Coffee Talk socks. And here we go. They are well used. Can you see them there? And I do this, see on the bottom part here, is I add a little extra on the bottom of my socks because I like them to last longer. They are a little bit more bulkier, but they last longer, and I really enjoy not having to make repairs on my socks. So that's what I do. And they're fun.
I love her patterns. I have this one. What was it? The goat's eye, I think I just bought not that long ago.
Shepherdess? There's a shepherdess socks?
Shepherdess or goat's eye or something like that.
Something like that.
I love her heels.
Her
heels fit so nice to my heel. They have such a smooth heel flap and gusset, I believe it is.
Mm-hmm.
I think we talked about this last time that the afterthought heel or fish lips kiss, it's just that little bump bothers me. That little bump of a seam bothers me and it's uncomfortable. So I'm actually, using her heel in my other socks.
Yes, and you can adapt whatever you find that is most comfortable to wear or most adaptable to your knitting style.
Yeah.
You can adapt that heel to your knitting socks. So it just takes a little bit of trial and error, and you'll find your perfect fit eventually. I actually had a book that I used to create my socks way back in the day. We'll do a little bit more about socks in the next. More socks, but we'll talk a little bit more about how we make our socks and where we got our inspiration and our knowledge.
Yes.
So that'll come up next episode.
I want to talk about it a little bit now because I've had a couple questions about socks and how to start and whatnot. But Mom and I decided that we are going to do that on a different podcast and actually show our socks and stuff like that we have advice on.
Yes.
So, yeah. Yes. Are we ready for works in progress, or did you have anything else out of your drawer?
No, I don't have anything out of my drawer, but works in progress. But it's socks as well, so go ahead. Socks.
Just to go along with what I was talking about with that heel. So these are my Waiting for Henry socks. This is by Tabitha Gandhi.
I think Myoka's socks, or Henry's waiting for Myoka.
Henry's waiting for Matt's sweater to be done.
Excuse me.
So these are the Waiting for Henry socks. I don't think I've made too much progress on them since we were here last. So this called for an afterthought heel, and I don't love it, like I said. So I am doing the heel flap and gusset from, actually, I think it was from the Coffee Talk sock pattern, because my amount of stitches on the needle were great, and I could have even gone up a little bit depending on the pattern. So
usually just use half the amount of stitches.
Yeah,
and
so
your full sock to do your
the top
heel.
ones on. I smoked lavender. Top ones on hold, and so that's my Waiting for Henry socks. Like I said, I have not made too much progress on them. But
I like that you're using the blue for your heel.
Well, I just didn't have a ton left of the orange. I might do. Ooh, that's a big pile of mess. I have this much orange.
Oh, yes.
So, yeah, I'm going to see how far I get, and I might have to just do the heel in the regular main color here, because I have enough to do the other heel, but I don't know about the toe.
Well,
I do like let me put them on again, the variegated heel of the Coffee Talk sock, where you kind of like do one color and do the other color and go back and forth like that.
But if you just have used this color, this copper color here, it'll stand out. That'll be your focal point with your your socks, and then the heel and toe will just be plain. And you said you do have enough yarn for the both heels?
I do.
That'll be fine. That'll look good. Oh,
it's quite a bit.
Yes. Sometimes some people use a contrasting color to start. And that always looks neat.
I just knew I wouldn't have a ton of it, and I needed some for the color work. Yeah, so I'm a little bit concerned about these socks being too small.
That happens.
Even though I don't, so I haven't tried them on yet just because of the needles that I have, but this one's stretched out quite a bit because I'm going to block them, put them on a sock blocker. And see.
Yeah, really block them hard.
Yeah, we'll see.
And when you soak them for a time before you put them on the sock blocker?
Yeah, so they really absorb all the moisture.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so there's my Coffee Talk socks, one of my whips.
Yeah.
No, Waiting for Henry.
Waiting for Henry, yeah. Waiting for Myoka, Henry.
No.
So I'm also working on some socks. But I'm doing an experiment. A while ago I got some circular needles, some chagu, if that's how you say it, circular needles. And I made something with them. I can't even remember what it was. And so now I'm doing an experiment. I'm making one sock with the circular needles, and I'm doing another sock with my my good old standby double pointed needles. Oh, and they're very orange. They're very pink in real life. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm finding that my knitting with circulars is tighter. So this one stretches quite a bit. They measure out to almost the same when you hold them, but the circulars are much tighter knit. So that's something I need to think about when I'm knitting 2 at a time socks.
You said the circulars stretched out quite a bit?
No, the circulars are tighter.
Yeah,
Do you find that too?
That's what I did on the color work. That's why I swapped over. Yeah.
They're looking the same, but definitely one is tighter. So
what yarn is that?
This is called 2 at a time socks. Sock Twins.
Oh,
Multi by Estelle.
That's nice. You're going to have quite a variation of color on the outside by the looks of it.
Yes, you can see. Depends on how long I make them. I'm just about ready to start the heel. But
what's the content?
It is 75 superwash merino wool and 25 nylon. About the normal amount for socks to be wearable.
And who are those for?
I think that'll be for me because one is going to be tighter than the other. But hard to say because it seems to be that they are quite a bit tighter. So if your socks don't fit you, you'll have to pass them on. Maybe you'll be getting these ones. We'll see.
This
as long as you don't mind
foot problem is just becoming not less and less of a problem as life goes on.
You know that if you make garments of knitting, someone will get a chance to wear them. Sorry, did we hit the table again?
Yeah, we're just bumping the table just to make sure it didn't stop recording. Okay, so the reason that waiting for Henry is waiting is because my husband is a bigger guy, and he's not bigger, he's just large. He's a size large, but
a good size guy.
He's and I'm making the Ranger cardigan for him.
And Myoka showed Matt, was it Amanda's sweater
I said that last time.
Yes,
yeah,
so that was her inspiration here, and he saw that picture.
She just put it. Have you watched her new podcast?
No, I haven't.
Sweet Skein of Mine. She just showed her Ranger cardigan, and she put it in her wool spinner.
Wool spinner?
Because she dyes yarn.
Okay, yes.
So she was blocking it.
Yes.
Or soaking it and blocking it. I have to fluff on my face again. Yeah. And tore it.
No.
Not like a lot, but it, you have to watch your podcast.
Oh my goodness.
I
what a shame. Oh, really?
Yeah, so she was so calm and collected about it. I probably not at the time, but I
would have cried.
Yeah.
So was she have a solution to?
Yes, you have to watch.
Okay, I'll go watch. Yes.
It's wonderful. But the reason I'm knitting this one for Matt is because I showed her cardigan that she had knit for her guy to Matt, and he really liked it. So the other reason my weekender is done because I was on Sleeve Island, and I thought, well, shoot, why get a boat when I just finish all the sleeves while I'm here, right?
I could throw you a rope to pull you out.
No, I'm very happy right now. So I have 2 sleeves, and they have to be put on hold in a certain. You have stitches on hold or whatever, and it says waste yarn, but I just have extra cables.
Look at that knitting. Isn't that wonderful?
So again, this is the Ranger cardigan by Jared Flood, and I'm knitting it in Brooklyn Tweed Shelter in the colorway Soot.
And this stitch is a really unique stitch. It looks like
it's a paid for pattern.
A knit and a purl or some sort.
You're purling and slipping and purling and slipping and
that's a lot of knitting. What a lucky guy.
It's taking a lot of yarn, actually. This is like almost 4 skeins. No, 3. 1.5 per sleeve. So it's got to put all my increases marked off. These stitch markers, I have them in here. I really like these ones a lot. They are the kind of like pear-shaped. They're metal ones, and they're super light, super easy to count all of your increases as you go up, make it exactly the same.
Easy to put on and off.
Easy to take on and off. I bought them from a yarn store before. I think you get like 20 or something for like $5. And so I thought, I'm just going to check Amazon. So I went on Amazon and I got that little thing on Amazon. What did we get? 120?
Something like that.
For
we shared.
Like $10. Mm-hmm. And so we split them. And it's funny, now that I'm done this one, I put those all back in there, but I was running out. Didn't think I was going to run out. That's something to think
about. The ones that you get from the knitting store will probably not rust. They should not rust.
Are these ones rusting?
No, but it's a possibility they could because they might not be.
I guess, but
it's not like you're going to use them with water unless you're in a real humid area or country. Yeah,
so I guess if you were going to block it or leaving stitch markers in or something, use some of those, maybe plastic like knit picks or something. Yeah. But anyway, safe. I am really happy with the sleeves. I'm ready to cast on the body now.
And how does he look with just his sleeves on?
He's hilarious.
I knew he would try it on.
It's a good thing he won't watch this because he sat there with his sleeve on for like half an hour. Because I'm knitting the other one. And then he puts the other one. He's really excited. Let's just put it that way. So then when they were both done, he just sat there with his sleeves. And of course, they were together.
Oh, that's sweet.
So as much knitting as it is, it actually is coming together fairly quickly. And I'm quite happy with it. And like I said, I'm going to cast on the body possibly today.
Nice.
Going with it. Yeah. And I think I'll have enough yarn. I should. Yeah. So yeah, really happy with it.
Yay.
The one thing I noticed switching from this to my weekender, this is rough yarn. My hands are
really rough.
Yeah. And like I said, I'm a massage therapist, so I don't really have rough hands to begin with, but I felt like my hands were kind of drying out quite a bit. And I switched to this one, and so soft.
That's why it's nice to have a few different projects. So when your hands get tired on one, you can do the other. But that yarn softens up so much. You showed me the swatch.
Oh,
yeah, really nice.
It softens and it blooms and and you definitely pay for shelter, but it is a beautiful, beautiful yarn for sure. I guess I can put this back in here.
Okay. Well, I'm getting ready to show you my next project. I'm so excited. I talked to you about it last time when I was doing a practice and a gauge and started and stopped. You know, the opposite of knit is tink.
Oh, have I ever showed you the yarn that I have for mine?
No, but you can show me in a bit.
I can go get it while you talk.
Okay. So this is my Ranunculus. I am by Midori. The pattern is by Midori. Midori House. And the yarn I'm using is Barocco Vintage DK. And it's called Snowy Day. And then I'm doubling it up with Ella Ray Silky Kid Mohair Blend. And it's called Snowman. Well, I didn't look at the names of these yarns before I started. But there they are, the two yarns. And this is what it looks like. I have got to some of you who know this pattern know that it's a yoked sweater, and it's got detail along the yoke, and then you break for the sleeves. And it's really hard to show you, I'm sorry, because some of you probably know this. It gets all squishy when you still have it on the needles, and you don't really want it to take it too far over the needles because you lose stitches. So I'm really excited about this.
It's so soft, Mom.
Yes, I haven't decided whether it's going to be a short sleeve or long sleeve. I'm playing yarn chicken, and hopefully I win. But I think I want to have some kind of a small ribbing around the sleeves when it's done. So we'll see how far I can get, and just save that little bit at the bottom for save a little bit of yarn to make the sleeves. But a local yarn store owner told me when I was telling her about my dilemma of possibly not having enough yarn, she said, well, if you're getting close to the end and you're doing your ribbing on the bottom, alternate with one yarn, or both yarns, one row, and one yarn, the second row, and then the third yarn to both yarns, and so that you will stretch out the amount of yarn that you have, and it will still look okay. So I've got that in the back of my mind as I get closer to the end. But I've been really enjoying this. It is just so neat, and my stitches are all counting properly, and I'm only one out, which is really good for me. But I just started it and get going on it, and it's going to be so nice. It's so soft. I wish you could feel it. It's just a little bit. It's got halo. It's got halo on it. So
there you go.
There you go.
But just show your all of it.
It's really, really nice. And so I guess it's because it's still snowing. It's got the snowy feel to it. Mm-hmm. I was telling everybody it's called Snowy Day and Snowman.
Cute.
And I obviously am following Myoka's lead because I have matchers, but they were gifts from her, so why wouldn't I? So I'm having fun.
I know I've showed this on my first podcast, but I don't think you've ever seen it. I ordered Chelsea Luxe Pink Peony to do the Ranunculus.
That's going to be gorgeous.
I don't know if it's going to be Ranunculus anymore. I don't know if I would wear this color. I feel like I would do it white or dark because I don't wear soft pink as much. But I followed the exact... Christy Glass had put up her Ranunculus finished object thing, and it was like a midnight watching. It's just a little Chelsea Purls podcast. She had put it up and she'd done it, so I just ordered it right away. I love this yarn. I'm going to do something with it. I'm just not sure if it's going to be a Ranunculus yet.
A suggestion is if you have a pink undergarment under it.
I don't wear pink because I don't have pink. That's the thing. It would be white or black or gray.
That might be difficult. But I would just give it a try. Maybe it'll be just something that
I'm going to knit the Ranunculus. I just don't think I'm going to do it with this anymore. Yeah, or else I would have cast it on. I'm not feeling the excitement anymore. Oh, that's okay.
And you have to try a little swatch to see what happens.
Getting a little notification that my disk is almost full on my computer, so I'm hoping that we don't cut out. But if we do, we'll somehow meld it back together. Mm-hmm. But I think that's all I'm going to show for it. That's all I really have right now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
excited about this next part.
We're so excited. Like we mentioned in the beginning, how many subscribers we have and how fast our viewing audience has grown. It's really, really,
and how supportive you
really
are.
Touching. All the sweet comments. Mm-hmm. We're doing it. We're having fun.
Yes, it's fun.
And,
it's good times.
Originally started on my own, like you saw, and Mom joined me, and just really happy that we're doing it together now. So
it's really fun. Yes.
We are in the works of a giveaway. It's not going to be on this podcast just because we are creating something to give away. Mm-hmm. We are enjoying our love of fabrics as much as our love of yarn together and creating something. And it's going to come down the pipe soon.
Yes, and it's appreciative gift.
Yeah.
Giveaway
for you. Mm-hmm. One of you, maybe two of you. We'll see how many we get going. So make sure that you have subscribed to our channel. Make sure that you hit the little thumbs up because it makes us. I think that's what's helping spread the content. I don't know how YouTube works. So make sure you subscribe and thumb up. And then I understand there's a little bell you can click on in YouTube as well, and it will actually notify you when a new podcast becomes available. Oh, okay. So, yeah, we'll hopefully be back before too long, I think.
Mm-hmm. And come and watch our next episode 6.
Yeah. Like episode 6. I have to knit.
I know, and I could keep going. But Myoka and Matt are going away next weekend to visit family. Yes. And so that's why we did it a little bit earlier, this podcast.
Or else it will probably be another couple of weeks after that.
Yes, we didn't want you to wait that
long. No, not too long. And then we end up with way too much to show. Although it's funny how we... Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, that's all that I have today. There's a couple other things I was going to talk about. Oh, yes. I created a new group on Ravelry. It is called My String of Purls. I do not have a banner or a picture or any of those things because it's it's there. And it's just basically a chatter group right now, a space that we wanted to invite you to share and make and meet and just
And this
communicate.
is just
other
evolving.
Than,
We're just evolving in the knitting community, and
any questions that you have for us,
yes.
It's a great place to mark it down there.
Or in the comments below.
In the comments below, if you want it. But if there's anything that you would like us to talk about or answer on the podcast,
or explore for you,
go and make a note in that group there on Ravelry. So I think that's it. We are off to I'll put that at the end.
Okay. Sorry.
I got show notes. And
we got notes.
We're
following them this time, so we're not missing anything. We probably go on a little longer than we should.
Yes, but that's okay.
That's okay.
And I think the sun is finally starting to peek through the clouds of snow. And we have a new light today. I hope that has made things a little bit less grainy. I can see the sun coming in on your face, but I have a light on my side here.
Blonde hair on this side.
And thanks so much. Happy knitting, happy making.
Happy day.
Happy day.
Enjoy your life and enjoy this day and each and every day to come.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.